Hey VC, Big Star 1000 with a new installment of Revolutions, a series in which I showcase what I've been playing during the past few days. And I've got a quite significant stack of records there, so I'm going to get into it very quickly. Cheers to everyone. Saturday night. I should give you a big fat slurp, like some of you feel obliged to do, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about records. Today is Saturday, and after I woke up this morning, the first record that I listened to was Protection by Massive Attack. A long time favorite of mine. And so once in a while it's nice to revisit these kinds of records featuring the vocals of Tracy Thorn, Protection, so on and so forth. Great record. I mean, Massive Attack, what can I say? And then I also played this classic West Coast gangster rap record, Straight Outta Compton. Everybody knows this. Yes. Fuck the Police, etc. Express Yourself. Dope Man. Great songs. It's funny because NWA sort of embody everything I don't like about the human condition. You know, they're misogynistic, they're racist, they're criminals really in a sort of way, and but the music just appeals to me in any way. Anyway, it's just kind of strange. It's sort of a strange dichotomy, you know, in my mind. Just try to reconcile those ideas. Earlier today, I revisited this great free jazz record, Charles Cha-Cha Shaw, Into Morning, which was reissued a few years ago. I don't know, I'd say like 3-4 years ago, by Folkways, Smithsonian Folkways. It's a great little jazz record, that Charles Cha-Cha Shaw. And earlier still, I was getting my mind blown by Oketami's and Oriental Winds, a record that I've had in my collection for many years, but I sort of haven't visited for a while. It's a great record, jazz fusion with Oriental undertones, recorded in Sweden on Sonnet Records. The record is still next to the turntable, so because I've just cleaned it actually, it's a bit filthy. Yeah, Bobo Stenson, Paul Danielson, ECM kind of legends. That is a fantastic record. And also today, two more records. Today, just earlier, I revisited also this album by Clearlight, also known Clearlight Symphony, French band led by a guy called Cyril Verdot, who was the very first French artist to be signed on a British label, Virgin, Forever Blowing Bubbles. I think it's his second album, 1975, Virgin. I think it's an original pressing. It's a great record. It's a sort of progressive, with little touches of jazz rock. I don't know how to classify this. It's a kind of a psychedelic progressive classic from France. With David Cross on violin and Gilbert Hartmann from Lad Free on percussion, and all sorts of other people there. François Janot, jazz player. So I was saying it's all jazzy influence. I'm not quite wrong on this. And the last record I played tonight, on Saturday night, before making this video, is this great comp, Hasabe, which is a compilation of Ethiopian jazz numbers. Are really fantastic. I will not launch to pronouncing any of these, although everybody is familiar with Mahmoud Ahmed. Well, this is on Mississippi. It's a great record too. It's a brilliant record. Sabe. Little CD interlude. If you want to fast forward me, maybe you can. You don't have to, because it's good stuff. Recently, I've just finished reading this book, More Meta Blues. The collected thoughts of Questlove from the Roots. I bought this book in New York at the Strand, which is a world famous bookshop, the Strand, on Broadway, and I just finished reading it because I was busy. And he talks about all sorts of things, the Roots, obviously, and all of his sort of other collaborations. So I was inspired to play Phrenology, which I've got on CD, which is one of the better records, really. I mean, it's a bit sort of all over the place, but I really like it. Phrenology's got a seed on it, which is a cover version kind of Cody Chestnut. But also expanded a lot on this record on D'Angelo's Voodoo, which is an absolute neo-soul classic, which I really love myself. It's just a really great record. Yeah, so that was inspired by this. And not inspired by this, but nonetheless very, very cool record, Cornelius, which cost me 75 cents back in the day at the thrift store. This is kind of a funky-esque psychedelic indie Japanese record. Cornelius is on Matador Records from 1998. Brilliant record. Really just a sensational piece of music. Last night, Friday night, yeah, I was spinning this quiet number after the heat, Eno, Mobius and Redelius, original press on Sky Records. Wonderful sort of ambient and atmospheric. I mean, it's clustering Eno basically, so what you get is some really sort of moody ambient pieces, 1970 something, I don't know, look it up. That's what the internet is here for, people. And revisiting this record, which I haven't played for ages, Frigid Stars by Codeine, was reissued by the Numero Group, probably, I don't know, I bought it when they reissued it, so that was what, 2012, there we go. Here we are. That's when I bought it, because as soon as the reissue was put out, I jumped on it. I bought this and White Birch. This is amazing. Call it slowcore, I guess. Sort of the bridge between post rock and kind of angry indie rock, but really. Yeah, really soft kind of, if you're into Low or the Red House Painters or Morphine, that kind of music would appeal to you. Codeine, Morphine, Codeine, there you go. Great band, great band, fantastic. Then earlier this week, again, these are all rediscoveries, these are not new, I mean, almost none of these are new records, they're just rediscoveries. Rediscovered Street Noise by Brian Auger. Sorry, excuse me. Driscoll, Brian Auger, and the Trinity. Probably the best record, I would say. It's double record, and it's what a jazz rock, a British jazz rock masterpiece. Really, there's just so much on this. Julie Driscoll's voice is mercurial, and the organ playing is obviously top notch as per usual. Street Noise. If you don't have this, you can still get this at a reasonable price, I think. It's a really, really, really important record. 1969 or 1970, perhaps. British sort of jazz rock, kind of. This is an absolute amazing record from Lebanon, Middle Eastern Records, Mosaic of the Orient by Elias Rabbani. Go, Mr. Elias Rabbani. This is a first Greek pressing, I think, on EMI. Just a superb, funky Middle Eastern record. Just really, I mean, Nai, bouzuk and guitar. I mean, really, really dynamic, funky record from the Lebanese master Elias Rabbani. You can check this out on YouTube. I don't need to talk about it too much. I don't want to hype it up too much, because you know what happens when people hype records too much. Other people buy them, and then when they're dissatisfied with the level of hype, you gotta turn it down, people. Again, I don't want to hype this up too much, but this is an absolutely amazing record. Afro Blue by Dee Bridgewater. I'll just take this out for a second because it's very glary. Dee Bridgewater, Japanese only issue on Trio Records, I think. Yeah, there you go. Trio. With a great backing band, Cecil Bridgewater, Ron Bridgewater, Rowan Hanna on piano. Great band, just really spiritual and soulful piece of jazz, really. It's soul jazz, probably. I mean, again, take the time to listen to this on YouTube, and you don't have to buy everything people tell you to buy. It's not the way it should be. Yeah. Listen to it. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't like it, you don't buy. That's just it's alright. This is a great Talking Heads sounding record. It's not a Talking Heads, but it could be. Disciplined by King Crimson, which is the Adrian Belew fronted King Crimson, and it really sounds like a Talking Heads record. It's amazing. When you play this, you just think you're listening to Fear of Music or something. It's just it's great. Elephant Talk, and what's the other track? Indiscipline. Great record. 1981 or something like that. Now this is a monster box set, and it's not for the faint-hearted. It's probably, in terms of minimal, sort of neo-minimalism, or minimalism anyway, it's probably one of the most important pieces of work ever. It's Einstein on the Beach by Philip Glass and Robert Wilson. A great project which spans on 4 discs. It's like a minimal opera, basically, and it is mind-blowing, really. It's just one of these kind of one of people always talk about Queen Iskatsi by Philip Glass, but this is way superior in every way. It's a monolith. It's a brilliant record. Einstein on the Beach, not cheap, not super accessible as well. Lots of really beautiful vocals, repeated to infinity in a kind of trance-inducing fashion. It's just really like you've got to really be in the mood for this. But if you're in the mood, it's just the best thing. Okay, a couple more, and I'm almost finished. Revisiting this Prince side project with its quite delightful sleeve, Madhouse 8. Yeah, it's basically Prince and a guy called Eric leads on sax. And Prince plays all the instruments. Funky, yeah, it's like a funky instrumental Prince album. Madhouse 8. An absolute classic of Australian pop is the go-between 16 Lovers Lane. I think if you talk about indie rock, indie pop, could well be the best record ever put by an Australian band, ever put out. It's just perfect in every way. It's the Australian version of The Queen is Dead or something. It really is amazing. 1988. Couple more. Jizza, ex-member of Wu-Tang Clan. Liquid Swords, classic album from 1995. Amazing piece of music all the way through. Boom bap of the highest order. Wu-Tang forever. Really brilliant. And a record that to finish with, a record that I bought in New York with Mike and Tony. Calling Out of Context, Arthur Russell, which is fast becoming my favorite Arthur Russell record. Just 12 extraordinary unreleased tracks. That was the very first reissue, this one, or issue 2004 Ojika Records. Amazing record, Arthur Russell. So there you go. This is my my little bit of messed up playlist, but that's it. that's all I've got for you in 18 minutes, if you can stand this. Until next time, VC.